I get it. I've been called all the names in the books. I mean, hard. I'm telling you, not even A's. They don't even give me the luxury of just saying that. Putting the A at the end. Hard ERs. Dropping in bombs, calling me out my name, all kinds of stuff. Everything seems to be geared around the somehow that this black man is being used or all of this sort of stuff because they're watching their stupid arguments be diffused in real time. Now, we always knew they were chicken crap. We always knew they were full of crap. Even when they go and parade and try to present themselves as if they have the moral high ground. Racism is so bad. Well, here comes a guy who's black, and then you got all these things to say about him that are very negative, and you are applying a set of traits and attributes to him only because of his color. By textbook definition, that is racism. Now, I'd be like, whatever. If you were one of them cats that was open about it, but the fact that out of the other side of your mouth, you sit up and parade around talking about representation and diversity and inclusivity and all this racism is bad until you saw a man that had just a slightly different political position than you did something great. And the people that allowed it to be great are the supporters, are the customers. Imagine that. Imagine that. Someone that just said, you know what? I am going to give the audience what they want. And it comes from somebody that doesn't hate them. Wow. Amazing how much support you get when you do that. These folks have told on themselves. We've been talking about them on my channel for the longest. We long knew that, what they were. We long knew that. We long knew these guys were chicken crap. But to see it one thing, one way, and like I say, think about what it is that we're talking about here. Look at the situation. That's what makes it so obvious and so ridiculous, for lack of better terms. Because look, man, what have I done? Just a man that went and spent his own money that he's been able to accumulate over the last few years, thanks to the rise that I've had, really starting around the mid-2010s. It started before that, but the mid-2010s, and then up until then, it's just been insane and a constant growth. And I've never let my audience down creatively. This is not my first creative project. I've always delivered because I take pride in my craft. And I don't just do stuff just for the sake of doing it. I actually have my passion in it. And just imagine what you can accomplish when you got a little bit of work ethic, a lot of bit of work ethic, and actually like what you do and enjoy what you do. And I put all that money that I made, no external investors, and I keep having to reiterate because a lot of folks, they don't want to believe it. Nah, believe it. Ain't no bankroll, bro. Ain't no bank loan. Ain't none of that. It's just me putting the investment in myself because I believed in what it is that we could accomplish here. And I came up with original characters. I got a team around me. Concept artists. We built the designs for these characters. We get the interiors. We get 2 industry veterans. These ain't just guys that just started this. 2 industry vets. And Cliff Richards and Gabe El Taib. And I paid them well. And we made something come to life, and people are stoked for it. And you got the synopsis. You know what that is. You got a couple of the interiors. We gave you full pages of the interior just so you could see we not playing around. And then I put it out there. Didn't pay for marketing, nothing. Just put it out there, and in the most organic way, we got people to support it. I didn't have to pay them to do anything. Everybody that's enthusiastic that you see about it are enthusiastic because they believe in the project and they believe in me. It's as organic of a business that could probably ever exist. That's all I did. And I did that, and I've been calling it over the span of the last hours some of the most ugliest things that I've heard in my life. And it goes to show that these guys were always silly, man. And to the weirdos who don't like, look, this right here is a unique way. We took the transparency because, like this crackhead in the chat says, crowdfunding equals external investors. Ain't no crowdfund, you crack smoker. What crowdfund? What you see is not a crowdfund. The job is done. The books are being printed. The cards, I'll show you one right now. I will show you one right now. By the way, this is $100 because we put a lot into this. This ain't just no regular card. You see, people that see me, my hands ain't small. You see how big this card is? You see the lenticular design? You'll see a little bit of it. A lot of it has very important information on the back. Oh yeah, this is my own ad, right? And I ain't got to pay for it. I'm doing it for myself. This card, you could get a full deck of 11 lenticular, well-designed cards. They're already done. Ain't no crowdfund. I know that crack smoking along with other people. They just can't believe it. How on earth did he do it? How did he do it? There's got to be something up. No, ain't no catch. Ain't no catch. Book's done. Ain't no, you gonna have to wait for a while. No, we start fulfillment next month. We're done. That's all I did. And it got me called all these ugly names. What you see from those guys is they have been lying the entire time. And this is why I say that you should not even, unless you're going to monetize them and make fun of them, engage with these dishonest, disingenuous weirdos who try to gaslight the audience. And that's all. I didn't do that. Who try to gaslight the audience and call them all sorts of names because they dared to oppose the bull crap that has been literal crap right at the crack and bull crap, like right at the behind of an actual bull, a male cow. And then they hand it to you and say it ain't BS. And the audiences have started to reject that or at least take issue with it. And instead of just saying, okay, maybe having an honest discussion, maybe you disagree. Fine. But you didn't take what their observations seriously. Instead, you just called them racist. You called them homophobic, transphobic, misogynistic. And you left a big crater in this market. And all I did was say, this land right here is useful. I just presented people with something, an option that was well polished. We worked very hard, and this is the result. And that's all I did. And it got me called all these weird names. Doubters done came out the woodwork. You got fools that's just irate, which is the silliest thing that I could ever imagine. Irate that I am doing this and people wouldn't go support their work. If that is you as a creator, you're not actually a creator. If you think just me being successful, if you think that just me putting out material that people want to buy, and you think, well, that should be me, you're not a creator. That's not how creatives operate. True creatives operate. I'm not getting in the way of you. If anything, you should be able to look at some of the things that we had been able to do and maybe try to implement it in your own model. Maybe it makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. But observe. Don't look at it like I'm a threat to you. I'm not. This pie is not fixed. Okay. We need as many people in the entertainment space. This ain't just about comics. In the entertainment space, to detach themselves from the old guard and build a parallel economy. I'm not getting in your way. But you got even weirdos hating in that regard. It's like, oh, well, that should be me. Well, I used to do that. Or like, bro, what you hating on, bro? Why are you like that? I'm not knocking y'all. It goes to show that they do it for the wrong reasons, man. And this is why we're seeing a lot of success, because I've been giving it to you straight. This message of which I'm talking about is something that I've been preaching for how long? About parallel economies. How long have I been talking about that? About decentralization in these markets? How long have I been talking about what? I'm not knocking anybody seeing success in entertainment, because I want you to see success. Anybody that was more successful than I was or am, I don't look to them and say, that should be me. And then knock that person for being there, especially when they work to get to the spot that they're in. I'm not wired that way. I want my friends to be great, but I want other people, even if I don't know you, so as long as you're a good person, you acknowledge these universal truths, especially you value liberty, I just want you to be great. Because I actually believe in what it is that I'm saying. This is why I continue to say, bro, this is not just about me. Okay? This ain't just about me. This is way bigger than that. Am I reaping some benefits right now? Yeah. But observe what this means. This is a lot thicker than just guy created a comic book and this is much bigger than that. It shows people that we can be great. It shows folks that we don't need the old guard. It shows we got enough money, we got enough excitement, we got enough enthusiasm right here. Right here. We don't have to go through the old guard. We can easily detach ourselves from them. It just takes discipline, and it takes a lot of work, because we got to build from the ground up. We don't have to start up stuff like a lot of other people. So all we got to do is just be focused, be disciplined, and you seeing what we can accomplish. I'm not the first one, and I ain't going to be the last one. So don't knock it. Actually give it a shot. Okay? If you're not a creative, go support someone that's out there trying to do it. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I ain't in anybody's way. But the people that do consider me my enemy, or to consider me their enemy, fine. You've drawn that line in the sand, and I'm willing to acknowledge that. As you call me all sorts of names, and you sit up here and look at the support, and you're like, I don't understand it. Have some guy say that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's he's just done this, and that. I don't understand it. That's because you ain't been listening. You ain't been paying attention. That's why you don't understand it. And maybe it ain't for you to understand, to be fair. But we gonna do what we gonna do either way. But I did get some messages about that, like worrisome messages, like people that are well-intended. Trust me, guys. I wake up, I'm healthy. I get to live my dream. I got a hot wife. I'm all good. These people calling me names, getting all irate, upset, trying to sow doubt, trying to delegitimize it. You gotta expect more. Anything that rises, you have to expect more of that. The old guard is so protective of the old guard, so they're gonna say everything that isn't true. I had a guy, matter of fact, let's go look at what he said. I'm gonna go look at it right now. Just don't be this guy. There's a guy that was just, let me see if I can find it, that was just hating just to be hating. And it was fairly ridiculous. Let me see if I can find it. Like right here. Look at this guy. This is not professional quality artwork. This is a cheap political cash grab. All right, guys. This is what coping looks like. And of course, you look at this guy's bio, pronouns. He's calling himself a Marxist-Leninist. Also calling himself autistic. And I kind of picked that up. But just look at that. That's a guy that's flailing. He's punching the air. You can like actually, well, I'm not going to say you can hear the whiffs because he ain't punching that fast. But you get what it is that I'm saying. He's punching the air. You can not like the approach, maybe even a design, but to say the artwork is not to say it's not professional, is verifiably false. We have two guys who have been for you, and this is funny because, and I'm gonna let him walk himself through it, right, or walk himself through this like disaster right here, because he's gonna talk himself into having to find out who the actual artists. This is why I'm not helping him out. Who the actual artists are. Nobody can deny the resume of the artist. So if you are one of those guys that are old guard, these guys and Gabe El-Taib and Cliff Richards have done some of the most prominent, some of those most prominent superheroes to ever exist. Superman and such. Ain't no professionalism. What you talking about? But that's what happens. They exist there just to sow doubt. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And you're going to see more of it. So don't worry about me. I can handle it. When you see people call me names and you see all these posts going around and you see people calling me all sorts of goofy stuff, trying to sow doubt, trying to delegitimize what we're trying to accomplish, expect more. The book finally come out. They're going to come out, and the same people that never were going to actually look at it objectively are going to say it's the worst thing in the world. There's nothing that we can do because they have too much riding on the status quo being protected. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. The fact that there's a guy that isn't some deranged leftist that hates his customers is, putting his money where his mouth is, and doing this was something that they were always scared of. They were always scared of because what they had the benefit of was being in control of the things that you all saw as legitimate, that I saw as legitimate. That's what they got off on. They infiltrated for that exact reason. We control the hearts and minds. We control the heart, we control the mind, because a lot of these guys do not use reason as their forms of arguments, if any of them. They're, for the most part, emotional. And leftists understand that is very effective. You can influence an entire generation based on that. But what this signifies is that, well, if enough people just say, you know what, I don't have to go to that. I can go over here. I know that he's being transparent. I have a ticker where you guys see how much money we raise. I have stretch goals, which tell you what I am going to do with the monies. Okay? That level of transparency that crowdfunding introduced, I said, I like that. I don't want to crowdfund, but I like that. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show people so they could see some of the big purchases that we're going to make. So they can see that. They can see the dollars. They can see how many people are purchasing it. I wanted to do that because we missed that. We don't have that at all. These mega corporations, you have no idea. You got to go get a FOIA request. They working with governments, all kinds of stuff. And that's what you got to do. Just figure out what in the world is going on with these weirdos. Well, I did not want to do that. I just wanted to create and be great. And thank you guys for rewarding me as such. But we're just getting started. I got guys that I got a team to expand here. I have people to hire. I got books to write. And I'm excited for the future. We're gonna win, and there's nothing you can do about it. And calling me out my name, calling me egregious terms, trying to delegitimize what we're doing, it's only creating a kind of reverse effect. And more people are like, oh, why are these folks all upset at this guy? Oh, well, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to purchase something. You can't stop us. And I know that irritates you. But hating ain't going to get you nowhere. Criticize it all you want. You are warranted to do. You can do that. You can do that. But the hating stuff, that ain't going to get you nowhere because we ain't stopping.